Epidemic Sound is an extremely popular option for creators looking to license music for their projects, but does it live up to the hype? Let's dive in. You can dive in with me because in the description below I have a link that will give you 1 free month of Epidemic Sound. That's a true free trial, meaning you can use all of their music in your videos and post videos during that time. That's something super awesome that Epidemic is doing, and going through that link will also help support me, the creator, and I would really super appreciate you for doing that. Alright, I just signed in. This is what we're looking at. The UI is personalized to you right off the bat with these 2 sections for your YouTube channel and more of what you like. Having these right on the home page is pretty cool. I think what they're trying to go for is just this ability for you to be able to log on to Epidemic Sound, find music right there, right in your face on the home page, and not have to waste a whole lot of time searching through their music. And if you know me, you know that I really don't like to spend a ton of time looking for music in my edits because it kind of takes me out of the edit. So this is a really nice feature. It's not perfect. I mean, my latest video was a Christmas video, and so all of the recommendations I'm getting and for my YouTube channel are Christmas songs. And obviously this is not a Christmas video, so it doesn't really apply. There's flaws, but I think the premise is sound. That said, if you don't like the stuff that they're recommending to you, you're gonna have to find some stuff on your own. So let's check out Epidemic Sound's browse features. Here you've got a ton of different genres and some moods. The moods, in my opinion, the number of them, how they're laid out, it's perfect. But the issue comes in when you're talking about the genres, because there are just so many genres. It can be really overwhelming the first time you're looking at it, or the 10th time you're looking at it. It's great to have so many specific filters, but looking at them all at the same time can be a lot. I think it would be better if this whole page, instead of being sublists, if it was a drop-down menu. So if I want rock, I can click on rock and then I see all the different types of rock. It's not just thrown in my face immediately. It's a little UI shift. It's not a big deal, but that's my suggestion. Now, if you click on one of these genres, you'll be taken to the main music search interface where you can add filters for mood, genre, duration, BPM, or vocals. You can then sort by newest, popular, or some other values like alphabetical order. These sort of systems are pretty standard when it comes to royalty-free music platforms, but honestly, I'm not a huge fan of how Epidemic has implemented it here, and I'll tell you exactly why. There is a lot of backtracking. If you want hip-hop music, say, you can click on hip-hop music and then narrow it down from there, adding filters or removing filters to get more specific about the type of hip-hop you want. But if you decide, I don't really want hip-hop, you have to go all the way back to the beginning and you lose all of your other filters. And this is how it works across all of their browse features. You start with one base level filter and then moving forward you add stuff on top of that. But if you ever want to change that base level filter, you have to go all the way back to the beginning. I'm not a big fan. Is it the end of the world? No. But it is kind of cumbersome. Now, if you don't know the specific type of music that you want, but you do know the kind of video that you're editing, you can go to this little section that Epidemic has introduced this year called Themes. Here they have compilations of playlists and songs that are grouped together into the type of video that Epidemic thinks they will do really well in. I use this a lot. I think it's been really well implemented. If I want to do a workout video, I'm editing something for a client, I can just go to their whole section of songs they think works well for workout videos. It saves me a lot of time, it'll save you a lot of time too, and I think it's a good feature. That said, it's also standard. Like, every single royalty-free music service has something like themes. It's nothing special. And then one tab over, we have sound effects. And talk about overwhelming. There is a lot going on with sound effects, and I think that's a good thing, really, because when it comes to sound design, you really want to get super specific. So where the whole genre section, it's a lot of overwhelming stuff, I think it's kind of necessary when it comes to sound effects, because if you're looking for somebody walking on a wood floor, you gotta narrow it down pretty dang tight. I'm not gonna dive super deep into the sound effects, maybe that's a separate video entirely, but they're okay. This page is okay. When you're browsing Epidemic Sound for music and you run across something that you like, there's a couple of options for you to save this song. The first option is you can just download it directly, immediately. That's really, mostly what I use, because I'll go into Epidemic, find a song, put it in my video, and be done with it. But if you're someone who likes to plan ahead, get music for videos or projects in the future, you can always just like the song and it'll add it to a general liked songs playlist, or you can add it to a more specific playlist down the line. Let's talk about Epidemic's playlists, because this is pretty cool. They have completely updated their playlisting features over this past year to make working as an individual or in teams way more streamlined. In the Saved tab, you have an option to create a playlist or a project, which is a collection of playlists. Let's say I'm working on a movie. We'll call it Road Trip. Road Trip is going to have some cinematic score, and it's also going to have some pop music. So I'll create 2 playlists, and if I'm working with another sound designer, editor, or director, I can just add them to the projects or the playlists as collaborators, and they can see it from their computer and even leave comments on the songs that I've added to those playlists. This playlisting feature really deserves a video on its own, and that'll be coming up, but I think I've kind of explained it enough for this general review video. Suffice it to say, their playlists are the most well-implemented playlist system that I've ever come across, at least currently on royalty-free music platforms. And I think I can say that that is my favorite thing about Epidemic's UI. It's their playlists. But coming in as a close second is their Find Similar feature, called EAR, or Epidemic Audio Reference. The EAR system allows you to not only select a song that you like and find other songs that have similar tags or similar sounds to them. Now with EAR, you can go in and find a particular section of the song, whether that's the beginning, the middle, or the end, and you can have AI search out other songs on Epidemic's library that have similar sections to that bit that you like, and it'll pull up all these different songs and even highlight the parts of those songs that match up your search reference. It's really the most advanced Find Similar feature that I've ever seen on one of these platforms, and I think that's something in this past year, in 2022, that's something Epidemic has really pushed towards, is smoothing out their UI, adding these features that nobody has thought of, and it's working. It's definitely working, because none of their competitors have anything like this, at least not at this caliber. Not only can you find really specific songs using EAR, you can also go to those songs and download specific parts of them. And this is called their STEM system. Other services have STEM systems. I think Soundstripe uses a STEM system, but Epidemic is the sound service that has stems standardized across all of their songs. So while other services might have some stems for some songs, but not really for others, every single song on Epidemic has at least a couple different stems. Now, why is this important when you're editing videos? Well, as a video editor myself, whenever I'm trying to stretch out music, it's really beneficial to just have the drums track or just have the instrumental track. And using those different parts of the song allows you to adjust the mood, the tone, and even the duration of the song much more smoothly. You almost become an audio designer and not just a video editor when you have access to stems like this. All right, UI, browsing, playlisting, all this stuff, that's all great, but what does it matter if the songs that are on Epidemic Sound aren't actually good songs to begin with? Well, that you don't really have to worry about. However, I'm gonna add a little caveat. Anytime you're looking at a music subscription service, some sort of royalty-free service, it's all gonna depend on your taste in music. Now you have to understand that all these services, Artlist, Epidemic Sound, Soundstripe, Audio, they all have different music curators, and those different music curators are gonna have different tastes in music. So yeah, if you pull up a song from Epidemic Sound, it's gonna sound different than something you might find on Artlist or find on Audio. And it's really up to you to check out these services. They all allow you to listen for free and just see what kind of music suits your content better. You just don't have to worry, because there's not gonna be anything like poor quality as far as recording quality. There's not gonna be any noise in the recordings or anything like that. It's all vetted, curated music. Finally, let's talk about licensing and pricing. This is very, very important to us creators. It's important to me. Sure, it's important to you. Now, it's really important when I'm talking about this and I'm listing prices that you know that I'm talking about the price that you pay per month if you buy an entire year in advance. You can pay per month for these services, but it does become exceedingly more expensive. I think it's a 50% increase on the personal plan and a 100% increase on the commercial plan. So it's definitely in your best financial interest to pay for a year in advance if you can. But with that said, let's talk about their subscription options. Epidemic has two different subscription options, the first being personal and the second being commercial. The personal subscription is what you want to sign up for if you're a YouTuber or a content creator who has one channel per social media platform. So that's one YouTube, one Instagram, one TikTok, that sort of thing. You only have one across those. If you've got multiple, you can't link them all to your personal subscription. Now, the good news is if you have 10 subscribers or 10 million subscribers, the cost for Epidemic Sound is going to be exactly the same at $9 a month for the personal subscription. It doesn't tier, like you don't get punished for being more successful. Commercial, on the other hand, is what you want to sign up for if you're a freelancer or a YouTuber who creates content for multiple different clients or channels. You can only directly link one YouTube channel with a commercial account, but it's pretty easy to just go in and clear any videos that you might post or clients might post on their YouTube channels. It's all in their licensing system. You just, contest it and it'll be over pretty quick. Epidemic's really good about resolving these things, at least in my experience. The commercial license costs $19 a month, so it's double what the personal license would cost, but it allows you a lot more flexibility when it comes to how you can use Epidemic Sound. In the case of either of these subscription plans and their free trial, any videos that you post while you have that active subscription are going to be cleared forever. If you let your subscription lapse, you don't pay for a new year or a new month, you're not going to get all the old videos that you've already posted claimed. You just can't post new videos if you don't have an active subscription, because those ones will get copyright claimed, if that makes sense. I hope this review has helped you make a decision about Epidemic Sound. If it has, I would appreciate a like on the video. It would be really very helpful for me if you've got the time to leave a like. Also, if you have any questions, you can just ask them down below. I'm going to get back to you and try to help you out with that. Remember that you can get a free 30-day subscription to Epidemic Sound by going through the link that I have in my description. And if you continue on and decide to get a subscription to Epidemic Sound after that 30 days is up, it helps support me as a creator, and I really appreciate you if you end up doing that. Until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have an awesome day and you keep creating.